this is pretty decent lighting considering it's 7 o'clock. I don't even know how to act right now. Also, every single time I come on camera, my hair looks bad. I don't know how to act. I made top 40. I made top 40. Oh my god. That's like even insane to like think about. So basically, I made top 40. I am on John Legend's team. John Legend knows who John Legend, like EGOT award winning John Legend, could have picked 10 people to be on his team and he wanted me. Like, huh? What? Okay, so it's a day after, probably like a full 24 hours after. I think this is around the time yesterday that I got back, and I genuinely still am in shock. I have no idea how to feel. Like, it's just so weird. Also, sorry if you can hear the air conditioning. It's on right now. I don't know. I kind of went into this, you know, not knowing what to expect. And I feel like everything kind of happened so fast. So let me just update kind of how the last week has been for me. So today's Thursday, August 6th. And last Thursday, I was supposed to have my stage rehearsal. And the stage rehearsal is essentially where you go and get ready, all put together, and you go and perform your songs on the official stage 3 times. And that's a big part of when the producers choose for you to go, when your audition kind of happens. Me, along with 2 other people, did not get to have our stage rehearsals. For me in particular, I was actually at the stage. I had done the first walkthrough of the stage. I went through the whole process of walking through the stage, seeing everything, finally seeing the chairs, how big the stage is, all of that. And my friend went before me. I was next to go, and my producer pulls me off and tells me that I cannot perform because somebody had tested positive, and they kind of backtracked and retraced everybody's steps, and they put together 15 contestants that could have been in contact with this person. So bottom line, we had to quarantine. We didn't know how many days we had to quarantine for, so that is what made it so much more intense, because at that point we were getting tested every single day. We got tested Thursday when we found out, Friday, Saturday, Monday. We'd got tested so many times, and we're kind of just waiting for any results to come in, and a certain amount of results had to come in order for legal to clear us. So that made things very frustrating, and just like put me personally in a very like anxious state of being, because I didn't know if I was gonna even get an audition. I didn't know what the process was. You know, they had said the chances of us actually catching COVID were very, very slim, which thank God, but it was still really nerve-wracking because we didn't know how, like, what was going to happen. Fast forward to Monday night, I'd gotten a call from my producers saying that they were anticipating putting me on the schedule for the second day, because at that point some results had been coming in, so it made things a lot easier for them to kind of track people down, and they wanted me to go on Tuesday. But then that got canceled too. I couldn't go on Tuesday because, again, my results didn't come back. By Tuesday midday, everything was kind of cleared. I finally got cleared by the legal team, and I was set to go on Wednesday. So for Wednesday, the schedule had come out. I didn't really know when I was gonna go until the schedule came out, and then I kind of figured I was more in the afternoon group, so I was most likely gonna go on stage right after everybody had had lunch. Even though I knew that I was going to be able to go, it was still nerve-wracking because by the time I think I performed, there were around 19 spots. That's less than half of the spots available. I didn't know really whose team I was gonna be on or whose team I wanted to be on at that point. What was kind of going on in my head was like, I had always envisioned being on Kelly's team. Like, I guess from the beginning of this journey, I was like, you know, I kind of want to be on Kelly's team. I'm kind of into that. Like, I would love that. I feel like her and I would bond really well. And that's kind of what I was set on. But it's funny because the past 2 days, or the 2 days prior, I was like, like I was thinking about John. I don't know why, I just was. I was like, it would be really cool, like, if John turned. Obviously, I kind of always said, like, I just need one person to turn. I just need somebody to turn. I need somebody to hear me and somebody to want to work with me. I just need one person. So I really was not picky at all. And that kind of was really evident once it came down to me actually having to pick. I really wasn't picky, but I had a feeling about John, and a lot of you know, the people back at the studios, or a lot of the crew members, were telling me, like, after they had, I guess, heard me sing or heard me rehearse with a vocal coach and things like that, they were kind of saying, like, I feel John is gonna have a good feeling about you. I feel like John might turn for you. Like, I feel like John is gonna turn for you. Like, John's gonna love your song, like, love your vibe. And I was like, I hope so. And at that point, Kelly's team was relatively filled up. And by the time, I guess, this comes out, or by the time I edit all of this and put it together, it'll kind of be evident whose team has what. From what I'm seeing, the pattern that I'm seeing is Kelly has a lot of belters. That's like what her team is stacked with. Gwen has a lot of, like, she has like a very eclectic vibe when it comes to her team. Like, everybody's, it's a bunch of different people, but it all kind of coincides because everybody's more or less like singer-songwriter. Blake has a lot of country, obviously. And then John, I wasn't really sure. John didn't really have many people picked by the time that I had performed. I think his team was, and maybe still is, the most empty. I don't know what was going through my head in terms of John. I was just like, I hope he likes this. Like, I had kind of put it in my head, like, I hope he likes this. I hope he hears this the way that I want them to hear it. And that was kind of my thought process leading up to it and leading up to my performance. I guess day of, I was ready. I had my stage rehearsal in the morning at around 9 in the morning. I didn't love how my stage rehearsal turned out. I felt like I was screaming, like I wasn't really as emotional as I wanted to be. We ran through it 3 times, and the 3rd time I got just a video of what I looked like on stage, what it sounded like, and I don't know, it just wasn't doing anything for me. But it's crazy because the night before and the day of, I was so calm. Like, nothing was affecting me, nothing. It wasn't hitting me that I was about to do something that I had been waiting for an entire month. Like, that was not processing. I was the calmest I've ever been before any performance. I was mentally just like cruising. Like, I was chill. Like, nothing was phasing me. And it almost, I tried not to think too much about it, because I was like, you know what, maybe this is God just calming me down, knowing that once I start thinking about it, I'm gonna get really anxious and then start overthinking. That's like what my body does naturally. That's the adrenaline, that's all of that stuff. So looking back, that was a blessing, because I don't know what I would have done if I would have started to have like all the thoughts and all the feelings, you know, 24 hours before. So on the day, I got to the studio, got in there around 3:40 maybe. So we had gotten in, sat down, waited for everybody to get there. There were 4 of us that were there, and one of the producers was like, all right, if you guys need the bathroom or anything, we're gonna let you know the order. So we were kind of waiting for everybody to come back from lunch, like all the producers, the coaches, and we were just chilling, just waiting, and we still had not known the order. So the order is essentially in your group who goes first, who goes last, and you know, that they tell you that literally a few minutes before you start, like maybe 20 minutes before people start going on. So I went to the bathroom and saw one of my producers, and she was like, hey, like, is that you I see? I'm like, yeah, it's me. Like, she's like, how you feeling? I was like, I'm feeling okay, like I'm all right. It started hitting me once I was in the van, because it's true, I started getting anxious, and you know, everything was kind of going through my head once I had gotten in the van to go to Universal. So from that point on, I was like kind of a mess, but still keeping my composure. And she was like, do you know the order? And I was like, no. I was like, do you? She was like, yeah, of course I do. I was like, well, you're gonna tell me? And she was like, no, go to the bathroom and Laura will tell you when you get out. I was like, oh my God. And then I kind of walked out of the bathroom, walked into the like holding area, green room, I guess, backstage area, and the producer was like, all right, Olivia, you're up first. I was like, it was surprising. So after she had told me that, it kind of didn't click for me. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna go and do my vocal, like go to vocal coach? And she's like, no, like you're going, like that's the order, like you're going first. I was like, oh my God. So I think that's why one of the producers had asked me, like, do you know the order? Like, kind of insinuating that I was gonna be good. So I wanted to go first. I wanted to just go and get it out of the way. So I was very, very pleased about that. Like, that kind of put me at ease. So honestly, after that, I did a little bit of makeup, did a little bit more of like reality jitters, that's what it was called. And right before I had left, I had did more reality stuff behind the scenes. I got a nice video from my mom, a nice video from Mr. Paul, and yeah, that was all reality stuff. That was cool. Did that for about an hour, and actually before I had left, one of the producers was like, are you sure you're ready to go? Like, are you sure you're good? Like, we don't want you to be rushed. Like, are you warmed up? Are you good? And I was like, yes, I'm good. Just let me go. They had filmed a little bit backstage in front of the big red doors, kind of just pacing. Then I went to the head vocal coach, so that really put me at ease. She gave me a massage with like the little hand machine gun thing. It was through like a plexiglass type like screen, so we didn't touch or anything, but that definitely calmed me down. And did more touch-ups for makeup, and then waited like a few minutes, and around 4:30 actually is when I had went. So that was crazy. That was crazy. I talked to Carson Daly for like 2 seconds. He was like, hi Olivia, like how are you? How are you doing? And I was like, I'm good. He was like, are you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. Like, I'm excited, I'm ready. He was like, all right, well, good luck. And then the doors open and then I go. I was expecting there to be like a break and, you know, them saying cut, all right, and then, you know, get ready to go. He like quite literally sent me off and the doors were open. My throat felt so dry, even though I had just taken like 3 liters of water from the time that I had got to the stage to the end. So I get on stage and I close my eyes. Now, all of this is a blur, honestly. I walk up the stage and the band members are like, you got this, come on. So I get to my mark. I'm standing there. I see the coaches and I kind of see them as I'm walking up the steps, but I see them a little bit more, just like their arms and stuff as I'm on the stage. I start singing. As I'm singing, I feel like the music is so loud that I couldn't hear myself. So I was concerned about catching up, and that was kind of going through my head. So once I was like, I closed my eyes once I got to the chorus of the song and was just like trying to catch up with it and ease into it. I opened my eyes and John Legend is looking at me, like looking at me smiling. Did not hear that he clicked his button. You can't really hear that when you're actually performing. That's more of an effect that they do afterwards. But I couldn't hear anything. I literally opened my eyes and he's there just like smiling, like moving his head. I'm like, oh my God. I don't even know what was going through my head. At that point, I had lost it. Lost all sight, was kind of just going muscle memory through the song. I think after I had hit the big bridge of the song, my eyes were closed a little bit. I open them up and I see Gwen turning. At that point, I had lost all control, all technique. Everything kind of went out the window. I'm pretty sure I was pitchy, but it was all so overwhelming. And the next thing I know, the song's over and they're both looking at me, and that's what happened. I'm sure you guys will see everything like now that it's aired and you know you can watch the audition, but they were all so pretty, they were all so nice, and honestly, like, I could not have asked for anything better. And it took me maybe like 3 minutes just standing there, like looking at them, not knowing who I was gonna pick. Like, genuinely took me such a long time. I was like, I don't know, this is the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. I love all of you. Like, that, as they were speaking to me, I'm literally sitting there like, who am I gonna pick? Who am I gonna pick? Like, I have no idea. Gwen was saying all the right things. Every possible thing I could have wanted to hear came out of Gwen's mouth. And oh my God, just the fact that she wanted me on her team, the fact that Kelly was so surprised that I had never performed before like this, and you know, all of that, like everything that they were saying just made me feel so good. And I can't wait to watch it back. John knew where T-neck was, which is crazy. They were like, your voice sounds so clear and so effortless, and I'm like, oh, like, thank you. And honestly, like, all I was saying was I needed one chair, so the fact that I got 2 and compliments from the other 2 coaches just made me so happy. And when I say that that was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, it truly was. I was looking at that, I'm like, I was just waiting to see what was gonna come out of my mouth. And I said that, I was like, I'm just gonna count to 3 and say it. It felt like I was there for 25 minutes just trying to pick. And it felt like I was there for an hour speaking to them. I think at the end of the day, what helped me aid my decision was just like, I knew John had been picky. And I was kind of just, I wasn't even going with my gut in the moment, because my gut was not telling me anything. I was honestly just going with all the affirmations that I had gotten in the first place, and the feelings, the random feelings that I was feeling before my audition to pick John. So I'm on Team John, I'm on Team Legend. I was nervous that, you know, I was making the wrong decision, but it's 24 hours later and my gut is still telling me I made the right decision. All the people that are here, I'm so happy I met them. I'm so happy I got this far. Like I said, like, I have no real experience doing this, and this was kind of all me just doing it, you know? So this is like the most affirmation I've got and the most encouragement I've got when it comes to my music and when it comes to singing. So I still really haven't processed it, but I'm so excited to get to work with him. I'm so excited to be here and still be here for another month, another 2 months, who knows? Yeah, I'm ecstatic, and I cannot wait to see what the next month and a half, 2 months has to offer. Thank you for following me along on this journey. To my future self, whatever happens, I'm proud of you. I am so happy you zoned in and gave yourself all the opportunity in the world, mentally and physically, to be able to do this, and didn't let anything hold you back. Okay, I'll talk to you later.